Good morning, students. As in the last previous video, we have discussed the latent heat, or it is also called as hidden heat. And also I have written the definition on the board that latent heat is defined as that the amount of heat required to change the substance from one state to another state without a change in the temperature is called latent heat, or it is also called as hidden heat. So now there are two types of latent heat. The one is latent heat of fusion or melting. Okay. So latent heat of fusion is defined as that the amount of heat required to convert a unit mass substance the amount of heat required to convert a unit mass substance from solid to liquid state, at its melting point, without change in temperature is called latent heat of fusion or melting. It is denoted by LF. Latent heat of fusion is denoted by LFA. So that amount of heat is always which is required to convert a unit mass of a substance from solid to liquid state is always directly proportional to the latent heat of fusion. That is Q is equal to M into L to F. Okay, where Q is the amount of heat, M is the mass of a substance, that unit mass we have taken here, mass of a substance, and LF means latent heat of fusion, Okay, so this can also be written as, this latent heat of fusion can be written as Q by M. Okay, so unit of latent heat of fusion is that from this definition only, here latent heat of fusion is this unit of heat and unit of mass. Okay, so in CGS system, the unit of latent heat of fusion is, what is the unit of heat? It is calorie per gram. So what is the unit of heat in CGS system? It is calorie, and mass it is gram. So therefore calorie per gram is the unit of latent heat of fusion. Okay, now same in SI system, the unit of latent heat of fusion is joule per kg. Joule per kg is the unit of latent heat of fusion. Okay, so this is all about the latent heat of fusion. Okay, now next the other type of latent heat is latent heat of vaporization. Okay, now same here, in place of fusion I am writing vaporization, vaporization. So the definition is that the amount of heat required to convert a unit mass of a substance from solid to from liquid to gaseous, state at its melting point without changing temperature is called latent heat of evaporation, and it is denoted by LV. So in place of LF I am writing LV. Okay. So here the units are also same as we are having for previous latent heat of fusion. Here also we are having in CG system calorie per gram, in SS system joule per kg. Okay. So once again I am repeating this definition. The amount of heat required to convert a unit mass substance from liquid to gaseous state at its melting point without changing temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. Okay, so this is all about the types of latent heat, which is also called as hidden heat. So there are two types. One is latent heat of fusion, the other one is latent heat of vaporization. Okay. Now next we move on towards the next topic, which is called as modes of transfer of heat. Modes of transfer of heat. Okay. So as we all of you be familiar with this idea that we know that always heat transfers from hot body to cold body. Always heat flows from higher temperature to the lower temperature, that is from hot body to cold body. Okay, so here the transfer of heat takes place in many ways. Okay, we can transfer the heat in different ways. So these modes of transfer of heats are, that is conduction. So we can transfer the heat in conduction mode, from conduction mode, and the second convection, and the third one is radiation. Okay, so we can transfer the heat in three modes. One is conduction, the other one is convection, the third one is radiation. Okay, so to know about the conduction and convection and radiation, so to explain the definition of all these three modes of transfer of heat, that is by conduction, convection and radiation, I will explain you by giving an example here. Okay, how can we transfer this heat here? By explaining one example here. Okay, so there is a teacher. Okay, in the class, and there are many students who are seated in a row. Okay, so a teacher gives an apple to the first boy and tells him to pass that apple to the last boy. Okay, say for example there are 10 students are there who are seated in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and teacher stands here. Okay, and a teacher gives an apple to the first boy and tells him to pass that apple to the last boy here. Okay, now in how many ways that student can pass that apple to the last boy. The first one is that, okay, by sitting in his place without changing his position, he pass that apple to the second boy and tells him to pass to the last boy. Again, this guy, what will do? This student again will tell, he will pass to the third boy, and this third boy will pass to the fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, and at last that apple reaches to the last boy. And here we can observe here that this first boy, he is not changing his position. He is not changing its position, and he is passing that apple to the last boy without changing his position. Okay, so this is called as conduction. This mode of transfer of heat is called as, that is, conduction. Here we have taken an apple as an example here. Okay, so this is the one method where you can transfer that apple to the last boy without changing the position. Here each and every student, they are not changing their position. They are sitting in their own position and they are just passing to that apple to the last boy. This is the one method. Now second method is that here this first boy, he will stands up and he directly goes to the last boy. Here the first one is that they are passing like this. This is the one method. Okay, and here this first student, he is getting up and he is walking and he is going to the near to the he goes to the last boy who was seated in the last, at the last, and he gives that apple to the boy. Here the position of the first boy is changing here, and he comes back to the same position. Again, after giving that apple, again he comes back to its same position and he sits there. Okay, so in this way he can give that apple to the last boy. So this is called convection. This is called as convection, and here this is called as conduction. Okay, now the third method. This is first, second. The third method is that he does not change his position, and by sitting here only, he just throw this apple to the last boy. Okay, he just throws to the last boy, and here that boy, the last boy, he catches that apple here. So this method is called as radiation. This method is called as radiation. Okay, here the first boy is not changing his position. He is sitting in his position and without disturbing to others who is seated in between these two, first and 10th. So he is not disturbing to others. By sitting here only, he just throwing that apple to the last boy, and then the last boy, he catches that apple and will take it. So this is the one method. The third method, he can transfer that apple to the last boy. That method is called as, that mode is called as radiation. So in this way, the heat can also be transferred in three modes. One is conduction, the other one is convection, and the third one is radiation. Okay, so these are the three modes of transfer of heat through which we can transfer the heat here. Okay, now just in today's class, I will tell you the definition of this conduction. Okay, in the next class, I will explain you about the mechanism of the thermal conduction. For today's class, I will say the definition of the conduction here. In the next class, I will discuss how this conduction takes place. That is mechanism of thermal conduction. Okay. So conduction is a process in which there will be a transfer of heat from one particle to another particle. Okay. Here what happens? The heat will transfer from one particle to another particle. So in this way we can transfer the heat here. Okay. So this is what the conduction here. Okay. So in the next class we will discuss the convection and radiation, and also we will discuss the mechanism of thermal conduction. Okay, thermal conduction. This topic we will discuss in the next class. Okay, conduction is a process in which the heat can be transferred from one particle to another particle. Okay, in this way we can transfer the heat. Okay, so from one end to the other end we can transfer by disturbing the particles. Okay, so this is what the conduction. So today we will stop here. In the next class we will continue with the next one. Okay, thank you dear students.